Meet Me in St. Louis follows a normal family with a douchebag dad and 4 daughters, one of which is played by Judy Garland, and hey, the other is Margaret O'Brien. Garland has a crush on John next door despite having never spoken to him, and he has no idea she even exists. Creepy.
Well, that's the way to go if you have to go.
While her sister Rose is expecting a proposal from her fella, but he fails to do so. There's not really a whole lot that goes on plot-wise, but Garland meets John and they fall for one another, much to no one's surprise. But the relationship hits a brink in the road. The dad has a job in New York and they all have to move after Christmas, but at the last minute decide to stay, and it's just a lovely, charming musical adventure, it really is. It was based on a series of short stories by Sally Benson, which would later become a novel, and the director of the movie, Vincent Minnelli, met Judy Garland on set whilst making the film and even ended up marrying her. Wow, she got paid well.
Her mental processes baffle me.
The movie was released on November the 22nd, 1944 and was a huge financial success, earning over $5 million, which was an insane amount at the time. There was a song that Rodgers and Hammerstein had written called Boys and Girls Like You and Me that Judy did wonderfully, but it slowed up the picture and it was cut out. After the preview of the completed film, Judy came to me and said Arthur reminded me to not tell you what kind of pictures to make. It was the biggest grosser Metro had up to that time, except for Gone with the Wind. FYI, that song actually has survived, but unfortunately the film footage is lost forever.
That's funny, isn't it?
It went on to become nominated for 4 Academy Awards for Best Writing, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Cinematography, and Best Song for
Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell.
The American Film Institute picked it as the 10th greatest musical ever made, with the aforementioned song as the 26th greatest, and
Have yourself a merry little Christmas
as 76th. Weirdly, there was actually a line in this song that Judy Garland flat out refused to sing because of how grim it was. All it was, have a merry little Christmas, it might be your last. I thought that would actually be quite optimistic, but you know, whatever.
Well, at least you didn't laugh.
And it was even remade in 1959, again in 1966, turned into a Broadway play in 1989, and a sequel was even planned based on Benson's other work. In the actual story, the family do move to New York, and the sequel was going to follow on with that, but the movie never actually began pre-production. But the original is just an amazing piece of cinema, it really is. The main star is definitely Judy Garland. I mean, she sings about this guy being perfect for her despite having never met him, and it's not even that creepy. I mean, I'll joke about it, but Garland somehow manages to sell it. She was truly a gem both acting and singing wise. Shockingly, she didn't even want to do the movie at first, refusing to play a teenager at the age of 21, but was soon convinced by her future husband to do it, and she would later call it one of her favourite roles ever. However, she clashed with her on-screen mother, Mary Astor. Judy had become a bit of a diva and came across as quite arrogant, showing up 2 hours late to filming, keeping people waiting, laughing about it as if she was better than everyone else, unbeknownst at the time that she was actually battling a lot of personal demons. In fact, all of the actors do a great job, though Margaret O'Brien had a sadder story. Originally, her mum wanted more money for her to star in this film. Because of this, the character was recast, and the daughter of a man who was working on lighting on set got the part. They were even fitting her with costumes, but then the producers backed out to adhere to O'Brien's demands and cast her anyway. Bit douchey, but it doesn't even end there. O'Brien was doing a scene where that same lighting man intentionally dropped a heavy spotlight on stage, trying to murder the child, only narrowly missing her. He was actually taken away and admitted to a mental institution. Jesus.
Oh, well, this is ghastly.
The director was actually insanely detailed, to the point he asked the author about specifics of the interior of the house to make it as accurate as possible. Yet you changed the entire ending. Just a tiny bit weird.
I feel like I'm gonna cry.
So right off the bat...
Don't track up the floor now.
I won't. Oh,
meet me in St. Louis.
Jesus!
Meet me
The first song comes right the hell out of nowhere.
Something wrong with your sisters? Having trouble with her husband. Him being a man.
Well, that's just sexist.
my dear, when you get to be my age, you'll find out there are more important things in life than boys.
Like vibrators.
We have to be out of the dining room by 6:30. Warren Sheffield is telephoning Rose long distance from New York.
I love how they make it such a big deal because it was so rare back then. I mean, now you can call someone in India on Skype for free in like 2 minutes. It's kind of cute.
I was just taking a little ride before dinner.
Hello, Papa. I buried Maud Rockefeller today. You missed all the fun.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I've had a pretty full day. Tootie, remind me to spank you right after dinner.
Okay, Papa.
I feel bad for laughing at that. No, I don't. And I don't know why this is so funny. They struggle to hear each other on the phone.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you fine. What did you say, Warren?
Nothing. I was waiting for you to talk.
Oh. Well, did you want to discuss anything in particular?
What?
I said, was there anything special you wanted to ask me?
I can't hear you, Rose.
That's funny. I can hear you plainly.
Isn't this great? Here I am in New York, and there you are in St. Louis, and it's just like you're in the next room.
What was that?
I said it's just like you're in the next room.
That's it. That's the joke. But yet it's hilarious.
I'm going to let John Truitt kiss me tonight. Esther Smith. Well, if we're going to get married, I may as well start it.
Nice girls don't let men kiss them until after they're engaged.
Oh, how times change. And this country song is so chipper, it's really uplifting. It just puts you in a really good mood and makes you want to dance along.
Put on your Sunday go-to meeting and I'll take you by the hand. If you will be my dancing partner, we will dance to beat the band.
I'm not going to, though.
Why aren't you two asleep?
There was too much noise down here. I want to sing too.
And it's a musical where they actually acknowledge that it's a musical with songs. It's pretty cool. And the girl is cute and everything, but her singing a cappella is just really awkward.
I was drunk last night, dear mother. I was drunk the night before. But if you'll forgive me, mother, I'll never get drunk anymore.
Down in the jungles lived a maid.
But thank God for Judy Garland, she fixes everything.
This one's different.
There.
I'll just turn these last two out.
Oh, will you two just pork already? Alright, it does go on a bit, but the actual chemistry between them does work really well. It's not over the top or marriage material yet, it's just two people at a party who happen to fancy each other. There's even a really subtle and quite cute moment where she almost stops singing because she's so nervous and smitten with him. It's adorable. And then after all of that build up to them kissing...
You've got a mighty strong grip for a girl. Good night, Esther.
That's hilarious, it's just so unexpected. One thing I will say though, the songs are fun and everything and put you in a good mood, but they're all quite forgettable, except the main two that got famous after this. The rest I just forget instantly.
I went to lose a jolly hour on the trolley and lost my heart instead.
Okay, now it's rushed and weird, you met him once!
But wait till you see what we do to Mr. Browkoff. That'll be a caution, won't it, Tootie? We'll fix him fine. It'll serve him right for poisoning cats.
Does he poison cats?
He buys meat, and then he buys poison, and then he puts them all together.
And then he burns the cats at midnight in his furnace.
Well, this just got dark all of a sudden.
Did anyone hear him moan just then? I did.
Did it go like this? Oh.
Uh-huh.
I didn't hear it.
I love the comedy. But I have to seriously question their parents for letting their kids walk around on their own at this age. Then again, it is set in 1903, so maybe it was normal, I don't know.
Now tell Mama, what happened?
It was a streetcar. I think it hit her.
It must have tossed her onto the cinders, didn't it, Tootie?
No, it wasn't the streetcar. It was John Truitt. He tried to kill me.
Oh, holy shit, I did not see that coming. So Judy Garland beats him up for attacking her sister, and weirdly, he doesn't even question this or deny it. It turns out they tried to help her and there was some kind of misunderstanding, but again, why didn't he deny it or explain what actually happened then? He looks guilty as hell.
John, I've come to ask you something.
Oh.
No, the correct reaction is, you just attacked and bit me, what the hell are you doing? Leave me alone, you bitch! And then they finally kiss, it's about time. They also have some nice dialogue throwbacks to their first encounter, which isn't too forced and it works quite nicely.
You know, you got a mighty strong grip for a boy.
There's a scene where one of the sisters doesn't have a date to the dance and their brother agrees to take her. And Garland tries to make out like this is so normal. Nothing screams Christmas joy quite like incest. I mean, I know they're not banging or anything, but how pathetic is this? I'd rather not go to the dance at all than be known as the guy who couldn't get anyone else, so he had to take his sister.
He can't take me to the dance.
Why not?
His father's suit's locked up in the tailor's.
Oh, that's awful, you poor dear.
So Judy literally can't go to the dance because he doesn't have a tux. He is literally wearing a suit talking to her. Why couldn't you have just worn that? Oh, and Judy refuses to go to the dance with her brother, but she'll happily go with her old grandpa. Yeah, that'll make you cool. No one will make fun of you for that.
Pardon me, young man, but in the great country of China, when a stranger admires one of your possessions, it's common courtesy to offer it to him.
He literally just called his own granddaughter his possession. She doesn't even argue with that. This is incest. And the proposal may come across as rushed as the characters haven't shared too many scenes together, but you have to consider the fact that this movie has taken place over the course of several months, so... No, it's still rushed, never mind. But in a slightly amusing scene, the little girl wrecks a snowman and it's treated like a really intense action scene. You can't hear her?
Oh, no, darling, you're wrong. No, New York is a wonderful town.
It's a city, actually. No, wait, it's a state. Either one. And the dad literally changes his mind about moving to New York for no reason. There's no transition. He's just sitting in his chair and then thinks, no, we're from here. Our lives are here. Let's stay here. And he gives this huge motivational speech about it. It is so dumb.
I positively decided we are going to get married at the earliest opportunity, and I don't want to hear any arguments. So that's final. I love you.
I'm acting.
Anna, who is that boy?
Okay, that was funny. The movie is truly wonderful. The positives clearly outweigh the negatives. The acting is mostly amazing, the story is touching, the songs are magical. It's just a tremendously fun watch.